You want me to bring up any receivers?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Julio.
Especially, man, because we're in that market. Hey. And you brought him up, man, before all this even started too, saying like, man, we
Did
just
I?
need kind of not in the, I don't think you said it
Oh, a
directly,
veteran guy
but
to
it was like
kind
a
of
veteran
oversee
guy.
who we got on the
Yeah.
roster. Yeah,
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 he was
yeah.
the guy that you mentioned, like, hey, like a Julio type. Well, now we don't have
AJ
to say
Green.
a
It was AJ
Julio
Green.
type. Yeah, it was AJ Green, but we said a Julio type though. I think that's the like verbatim what
Yeah.
you had called it. And it's like, man, as soon as I saw him release, I was like, Deke, you called Miles Jack. I'm just saying,
I
what's up,
did,
baby?
kind of
What's
low
up?
key.
I'm saying, what's up? How you feeling? Was it Deke? Was it Deke? Deke? How you say
Nostradamus.
it?
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus. I was saying it was something like that. Nostradamus, Dekestramus. Yeah, Nostradamus. How you feeling about this, man? Hmm?
Well, I'm already seeing Julio Jones is connected to the Bucks. Of course, he's connected to the Bucks. Is Adrian Peterson still connected to the Bucks somehow?
Everybody's going to the Bucks. You know that, man. Everybody. I think Debo. I saw him lifting weights, 1,000 pounds between his legs. He said he's going to Tampa. It's crazy. Everybody's going to Tampa right now, man. I think we're gonna move the podcast to Tampa too. Now that I think about it, man, I kind of like it down there. I think that's where we're gonna need to go next.
Whoa. Got to keep it Steeler content, though, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Julio to the Bucks. I think there was another connection to the Packers.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing AJ Green available though. The concept is still there. Maybe it's not Julio. Maybe it is AJ Green. Maybe that's who we could pick up.
Well, yeah, and I do think that
T.Y. Hilton, 32. He's veteran.
He is. I think T.Y. costs the most out of the group though. I think AJ Green is probably the most cost efficient option. And he was pretty healthy last year, considering. Like, we know he had his time, especially at the end of Cincinnati, where he was missing a ton of time, man. But, you know, if he's healed up and he's good to go, it's like, man, in a limited capacity, we're not having to overwork this guy. I do like it because, like I said, you have a Deontay Johnson here, you have a Chase Claypool here, so we're not asking him to come in and be wide receiver one. We just need him to be that veteran presence. We need him to give you, you know, the one thing that these guys haven't been able to do consistently in terms of taking the top off of defense. I mean, you could roll with that. And like I said, man, he would be cheap. Well, you know, Julio fire though, bro. It's Julio, man.
I think he can still play. I think AJ Green can still play. He had over 800
That's what
yards
I'm saying.
last year.
Last year was a good resurgence for him. Julio, though, you know, it's Julio. It's kind of like when we bring up AB. It's like, oh, it's AB. You know what I mean? It's Julio. It's Hopkins. Like, those are those type of guys. So, yeah. I mean, shoot. I still think Julio can get it done. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he can definitely get it done still, man. How much would you pay for him? That's the question.
Yeah.
That's the question, man. How much you willing to pay for him?
If he's going to the Bucks, he's probably taking like $4 million.
Yeah.
If he's going to any other team, it's probably gonna be a little bit more expensive. I think. I don't think that much. I don't think he's gonna be getting more than double digits. I think he's gonna be back on like a 1 year prove it deal.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
7 or 8 million, man. I'd say.
That was definitely kind of what
I think that'd be worth it. Just to bring him in house.
If you get him, like I said, in that 7-8 range, anything under double digits, I'd definitely make that move, man, because he makes your team better and it helps the quarterback situation out. You want guys that have big catch radiuses. You want guys that create separation because all of that helps our quarterback situation where you might not have the most accurate guy, the most consistent guy. The more separation you get, the more open you can get, the better it's going to be for these quarterbacks, man. And that's the part for me where it's like, yeah, if you got a guy like Julio available or a guy like AJ Green or a T.Y. Hilton and the numbers make sense, man, don't waste time. Go get that guy because that is going to help Mitch in that capacity or Mason, Haskins, whoever else.
So if we have the option, because obviously Juju's still available, like Juju versus Julio or an AJ Green, I would want to go. Even if Julio or AJ Green costs a little bit more, I think I'd just rather go with them because someone brought this up in my Twitch chat the other day. If we bring back Juju, doesn't it just feel like doing a bunch of the same stuff we've been doing these past couple of years, especially as our receiver core position? Where it's like, I kind of want that era to be over. I kind of want the TikTok era, whatever it is. Like if we bring in Julio Jones or AJ Green, I feel like there's a breath of fresh air. There's something different.
Did you call it the TikTok era? Is that what I just heard?
No, someone said that in the Twitch chat, and I was like, you know what? He has a point. He kind of has a point, no?
No, he does. He does, man. And honestly, I'm with you. I don't think, bringing Juju back makes a lot of sense just because, like you said, it seems real repetitive. And we know Juju, number one, he wins, but he doesn't win by separation. He wins with body position and the ball being placed with pinpoint accuracy. Well, if we don't feel like, Mitch, Mason, or Haskins currently are operating in a surgeon-like or Hall of Fame quarterback-like manner in terms of their accuracy, because you think with Ben could put that ball right here, right? We would see Juju how many times on a linebacker or a safety, and it's not separation, but the ball placement is on the back of a helmet, and Juju's doing what? Going up there and getting that ball. How confident are we that Mitch or any of these quarterbacks that we're talking about can do that and do it on a consistent enough basis to make Juju really be his productive self? I just don't know if they're capable of doing that to that level. And that's the biggest reason why, for me, I would much rather go with the guy that can get that type of separation, and they could do it in a hurry, because that's ultimately going to help these quarterbacks out as they continue to develop and progress. I mean, if you're Juju too, man, I'm seeing the reports about, going to Green Bay after the Devontae Adams trade. I'm like, man, you go there, get you back with a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback, a guy with pinpoint accuracy. He's going to help you out in a major way. That's kind of like how I would view it for Juju. Now, I don't know, if he likes that area or not, man. Who knows? But that's kind of what I'm thinking, man. But I still, man, I'm not against Cole Beasley, though, dude. Like, seeing him get released from Buffalo. He's the
Will
slot
Fuller,
receiver.
Jarvis Landry, these some other names out there.
Absolutely. Like, for me,
Sammy Watkins.
I definitely like the Cole Beasley move. I think that he's cost efficient. He addresses our slot need 100%. And he's, like I say, he's a consistent player in terms of he catches the ball, man. He's tough as nails. He runs after the catch. Like, he gets separation. I do like that, so. And obviously, he was a former Buffalo Bill, and we have a good track record right now with Bills players. But the track record is good. We're going to keep it going. All right. So that's the other reason why I think that he could help us out, man. Will Fuller, I mean, who wouldn't want him? But once again, what's it going to cost for Will? Because I think that his market is still going to be higher than a Cole Beasley right now.
Longer we wait, though, I would assume it goes down.
Yeah. But how much, right? And that's the part. Exactly. It's like, man, like, how much are we talking about it going down? Before he just says, man, I'd much rather just take this offer right here, and that's the only thing. Whereas with Cole, I don't think that his number is going to get anywhere near that level just yet, man.
No, it could be the perfect fit. And he still played fine last year.
Yeah, and all of those guys that we're talking about too, man, I do like how we have different tiers of them, right? When we talk about your high paid tier, your Julios, T.Y. Hilton, A.J. Green types, it's like, okay, we get that. Then we talk about that second tier in the sense of when we say Cole Beasley. Man, would you bring in a Will Fuller? Now, granted, Will can still get paid.
I think Will Fuller's going to get paid the most out of all those guys, actually.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, who we view as, like, more proven, more talented. Yes, Will is definitely going to be the marquee name that gets that check because of, number one, age. You know what I mean? The other guys.
He just hurt all the time.
Yeah. But I do think he's going to get paid the most of that group. But in terms of when we think of Will Fuller versus Julio, we wouldn't take, Will over Julio if both of these guys are healthy and good to go. That's all I'm saying with that thing, man. But like
I do think that whole veteran presence in the locker room does add to it, though. Like with Julio, that's why I would want him or AJ Green. Not only do I still think they could play, but I would like to get Claypool and Deontay underneath one of those dudes to kind of like show them the ropes.
No, 100%, man, and that could be a huge difference maker in those guys' development, Chase's development. You know what I mean? Like when I think of that, I'm like, man, Chase seeing that guy work every day is very different because his body type, his route running is going to be similar to what Chase does. Whereas when Chase is working with Deontay, those dudes are apples to oranges. So he doesn't know, like, I feel like I'm working hard. Maybe I am working hard. Who are you looking at? Who do you look to and see if you are or not? But with a Julio there, with an AJ Green there, it's like, nah, they're going to show you the level. They're going to show you how to watch tape. They're going to show you how to address certain things from a technical standpoint. And that, to me, is very, very much the added interest, the residual income off of a move like that if you're talking about a Julio or AJ Green specifically.